and he is evaluated by Jennifer. Okay, thank you very much for the correction. So Jennifer is evaluating Don, and basically Erick's doing the second speech in the manual. That's where we explore speech structure. So whether it's a speech or a movie or a book or an article, everything's got an open, a body, and a close in it, so that we know where the speaker's taking us. So I'd like to bring up to do speech number 2 in the CC manual. Please welcome Erick.
Okay, good morning. I'm night shift now, so I'll do my best and not clear my mind. And this is speech number 2, and I titled the speech number 2. I couldn't find a better name for this speech, because numbers for me, they have magic, and the magic of numbers. It's something that is been very close to me in the last few years, that I've been exploring some of the old traditions. And number 2 is a special number that I just don't want to go in a whole discussion of every single number and the combinations of numbers, but number 2 is the number that grabbed my attention this year, that is 2016. And the reason is because I started to explore what is the whole process of learning, and the process of learning is the understanding of the subjects and the understanding of what is actually the subject, and also the understanding and the memorizing of things. So if we can recall, then we can recall things that we understand, and the combination of the 2 is actually the knowledge. So knowledge is, for me, one of the most important things, and to understand that the process of learning is the joining of these 2 forces. And one of the problems that I see in today is that our society pushes to go faster and faster and faster, seeking for an education that it will be recognized by institutions like schools and the formal education system, even though they don't teach us how to learn. So number 2 for me, without going very deep, it has changed my life in the last couple of years, but especially this year, that I've been applying this concept that is in my mind, because knowing and not doing is actually not knowing. So for me, I started to write in the mornings, and in my writings, I see that our left and our right is feminine and masculine, and we have our left and right side of the brain. But they are so different each other. One is so analytical and is so focused on going straight thinking, straight forwards, and the other side is so artistic and so creative. Putting them together is when we go into the zone. And that's the point that I want to actually talk about it. It is the combination of these 2 elements that are always in play. But it's almost like a game in our society, that we have one party and the other political party, and we have one big company or corporation, and then we have another one, and they're competing. When the joining of forces is what is actually moving our society, and is moving our civilization into getting bigger and better. And number 2, it's a magical number since the beginning of times, because if you see in the old tradition, in the Aztec world, where I was born in Mexico, the Spaniards would arrive with their weapons and arms and the horses to kill the First Nation people, but the First Nation people was actually dancing, and when they danced, it was a ritual of breathing and getting in and out, in and out. And when they went to the rhythm, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, it was a moment that it was sacred, and they wouldn't do anything other than keep going, and they would keep going for days and days and days, and the Spaniards would arrive and kill them all, and they were surprised that they just killed them, and the First Nation people couldn't do anything. And as you go back in time, and the Romans and the Chinese, they always have this tendency to organize things in numerical order. So the numbers and the combination of the numbers, for me, are very important. But number 2 is what it makes probably the superpower of mind, joining the forces of the left and the right side of the brain, and joining the left eye and the right eye so we can have a three-dimensional view. So when we join of forces within us, we become one. And we actually made out of one and one. Because our parents, they love each other and they became one. And our DNA is made out of J's and Y's. So the combination of all of them is what it makes so unique. But I believe that in our society, they keep separating one and the other. When we can actually have one mind and work in our mind to make it better. And when we have this mind, then we actually can join with other minds. Will be in psychology. In psychology will be the mastermind, or what is called the mass psychology, and the psychology of the individual. But it's only when we better ourselves, when we get into the synchronicity of our two sides, when we actually can see the superpower that we have. And just to close this, in my point, I had the opportunity when I was growing up to be at the eye of the hurricane. So the yin and yang, the Chinese tradition is always the white and black and the forces, the good and bad. But at the end, if you combine both of them, it's what we are made of. And if we accept each other, we accept ourselves, and we synchronize with forces, knowing that we have our good times and our bad times, our youth, and we're going to get older, and we're going to become the person that we respect and that we love. That's when we actually can become someone much better. I just want to close it with recalling this excuse me, this event. In this hurricane in Mexico, I was at the eye of the hurricane for a moment because the wind was blowing one way and then blew to the other way, and I was at the center. And at the center, that's when you can see the stars.